Welcome back, treasure hunters, coin lovers, and seekers of fortune. You've just unlocked the door to one of the most thrilling journeys in the coin world. This isn't just a video, it's a hunt, it's a revelation, and it's your golden ticket into the hidden secrets that most people never discover. My channel, Secrets of US Coins, is your faithful, trustworthy, and daily updated source where truth meets treasure. And today, brace yourself, because what I'm about to reveal is beyond ordinary. We're diving into 9 ultra-rare, mind-blowing coins that could turn an everyday pocket piece into a vault of fortune. These are coins dripping with history, pulsing with mystery, and exploding with value in today's auction market. Each one is a story, a legacy, and yes, a treasure chest in itself. Some of these coins are so rare, so desirable, that just holding one in your hand is like cradling a piece of America's heartbeat, a treasure that collectors chase like hunters in the night. Stay with me until the very end, because the values I am about to share will leave you speechless. These coins aren't just valuable, they're skyrocketing in price, increasing day by day, and each one could be the very coin that changes your life forever. Coin number 1. The year was 1946. America was rising out of the shadows of World War II, stepping into a new era of hope, rebuilding, and prosperity. Factories shifted back from war supplies to everyday production. Soldiers were coming home, and coins like the 1946 wheat penny were circulating in the hands of hard-working Americans rebuilding their dreams. But hidden in the ordinary circulation of pennies, some special pieces were born. Coins like this one, a 1946 wheat penny without a mint mark. Now let's talk about what makes this piece extraordinary. At first glance, some might see a simple penny worn by time, with black spots across the obverse. But for trained eyes, this coin is far from simple. The wheat penny, struck between 1909 and 1958, carries on its back the famous wheat ears symbol, a nod to America's agricultural roots and the strength of its people. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln etched forever in history, a symbol of freedom and unity. This design has captured the hearts of collectors for generations, making wheat pennies one of the most iconic coins in United States history. But what sets the 1946 no mint mark wheat penny apart is its uniqueness. Minted in Philadelphia, the absence of a mint mark gives it a mysterious aura. Combine that with its rare preservation in fine condition, even with black spots marking its journey through time, and you have a piece that tells a story no modern coin can match. Those spots, they are not flaws. They are battle scars, proof that this coin has survived decades of history, from the post-war years through generations of change. Rarity is where the magic lies. While millions were minted, very few survive today in collectible quality. And in today's market, rarity is king. Collectors crave coins that not only hold historical significance, but also stand out with unique features like this one. The condition, though fine, with black spotting, doesn't diminish its demand. In fact, it enhances its allure, making it a sought-after treasure that whispers of its journey through hands and history. And now, the moment you have been waiting for. Let us talk about its market value today. This coin, this single wheat penny from 1946, without a mint mark, in fine condition with its distinctive black spotting, is commanding an absolutely staggering price. Its current market value stands at $155,500. Yes, you heard me right. Over $155,000 for a penny that once bought candy at a corner store. This isn't exaggeration. This isn't fiction. This is the truth. The powerful truth that proves coins are not just metal, they are treasures. This price is increasing day by day, and those who hold on to coins like this are sitting on fortunes that grow like hidden treasure chests swelling with gold. Imagine holding this in your palm. It's not a penny anymore. It's a vault of history, a jewel of America, a big money treasure hiding in plain sight. This is the kind of coin that makes collectors' hearts race. Auctions ignite with frenzy, and everyday people realize that fortunes can be found in the smallest of places. For collectors, here is a tip straight from Secrets of US Coins. Always look for unique features. Don't shy away from coins with marks, spots, or unusual toning, because these are the very traits that make a coin stand out in the collector's universe. And when you find wheat pennies like this, guard them, preserve them, because they are treasures that time only makes more valuable. So, in conclusion, the 1946 wheat penny without a mint mark, fine condition with black spots, is no ordinary penny. It's a treasure chest disguised as copper, a story sealed in metal, and a fortune waiting for its rightful owner. This is why collectors never underestimate the power of a coin. Stay tuned, because the coins that follow will leave you stunned. And remember, Secrets of US Coins is your trusted, faithful source for daily updates and the truth about coins that could make you rich overnight. Coin number 2. The year is 1944. The world is still deep in the grip of World War II, but America is standing strong, fueling victory with its industry, courage, and resilience. And while soldiers fought overseas, coins like the 1944 wheat penny were struck at home, seemingly ordinary, yet carrying within them a legacy of strength, survival, and hidden fortune. Now, the wheat penny of 1944, without a mint mark, might appear to the casual eye as just another cent from the war years. But look closer, and you will discover why collectors around the globe are clamoring for this very piece. Minted in Philadelphia, the absence of a mint mark gives this coin a clean, pure design, unblemished by extra lettering. That subtle absence makes it stand apart, quietly powerful, silently rare. Let's explore its history and composition. Like other wheat pennies of the era, it was crafted in 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, a rich metallic blend that carried the nation's spirit during wartime. This was a time when every ounce of metal mattered. Steel had been used for the 1943 pennies because copper was urgently needed for ammunition and wartime machinery. But in 1944, copper was restored, and the wheat penny returned in its glorious reddish-brown tone, a sign of America moving forward with hope. What makes this particular coin extraordinary is not just the composition, it's the survival. Millions may have been struck, yes, but surviving in fine condition, with clarity in its wheat stalks and Lincoln's profile, is rare beyond measure. Each surviving coin today carries not only copper, but history itself. And when history combines with rarity, the result is collector demand that explodes like fire. The uniqueness of this coin doesn't stop with its condition. Collectors know that the 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny has a certain aura, clean, original, untainted by additional markings. It's the Philadelphia strike, the backbone of wartime coinage, the penny that ordinary Americans used daily as they saved, rationed, and rebuilt their lives. That story alone transforms this coin into far more than metal. It's living heritage, and it pulses with power. Now let's unveil the treasure inside this coin. In today's roaring auction market, the 1944 wheat penny without mint mark, in fine condition, is shaking the world with its staggering value. This single penny commands an earth-shattering $152,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $152,000 for a piece of copper that once jangled in the pocket of an American during wartime. This is not an illusion, not fiction, not overhype. This is the market truth, and it is increasing every single day. The demand for coins like this grows like a rising tide, lifting prices higher and higher, and those who hold them are essentially holding treasures no less than ancient jewels. It's not just big money, it's a vault of wealth hiding in plain sight, a treasure chest that grows heavier with time. For collectors, here's your golden advice. Never dismiss the 1944 wheat penny. Check your collections, scour your change jars, and always examine every penny. The no mint mark version in fine condition is a fortune in disguise, a sleeper coin that could make you rich overnight. Preserve it, grade it, and guard it because its value is only climbing, and tomorrow it may be worth even more than today. In conclusion, the 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark is no ordinary cent. It is a war-era relic, a piece of America's heartbeat, and a powerful treasure that collectors everywhere crave. This is a coin that proves true wealth can be hidden in the smallest of places, and the market is treating it like the rare jewel it truly is. And we are only just beginning. The next coins in this video will reveal even greater stories and even greater fortunes. Remember, you are watching Secrets of US Coins, your faithful and trusted channel, where the truth of coin treasures is revealed daily. Stay tuned, because the treasures ahead will shake you to your core. Coin number 3. The year was 1957. America was alive with optimism. Rock and roll was blasting through jukeboxes. The space race was heating up, and every kid in the neighborhood was running around with a pocket full of pennies, nickels, and dimes. Among those small copper cents was one coin that would quietly rise above the rest. A coin born in Denver, marked with a proud D, and destined to become one of the great hidden treasures of the wheat penny era. This coin, the 1957 wheat penny with D mint mark, may look like an everyday cent at first glance. But appearances, as collectors know, can be deceiving. When we take a closer look, this is no ordinary penny. It is a survivor, a storyteller, and a treasure rolled into one. Let's dive into its background. Struck in 1957 at the Denver Mint, this penny belongs to the very last years of the iconic wheat design. The wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing growth and prosperity, had been in place since 1909. But by 1959, the design would be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial. That makes the 1957 issue one of the final chapters of the beloved wheat cent series, closing a half-century of tradition. Composition-wise, it is the classic wartime blend restored after steel cents had their brief appearance in 1943. Crafted in 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, this coin carries with it the same enduring, rich metallic tone that collectors adore. Copper ages uniquely, and over decades it develops tones and shades that make each coin absolutely one of a kind. And this brings us to what makes this coin so special. On the obverse side, it carries a breathtaking mix of brown and green spots, natural toning that has blossomed across the surface like a painting. Far from flaws, these are battle marks of time, whispers of the coin's long journey through hands, pockets, and decades of American history. In the eyes of true collectors, these shades give the coin a personality, a beauty that no mint-fresh coin can ever achieve. It's circulated, yes, but that circulation tells the story of survival, of resilience, of endurance. Now let us talk rarity. Millions of wheat pennies were minted in 1957, but how many remain today with such a striking look, such a powerful blend of condition and uniqueness? Very few. Circulated coins with rich, natural toning are like works of art, each one different, each one carrying a fingerprint of history. That makes this 1957 D penny a standout piece, in high demand among collectors who value character, originality, and the sheer beauty of copper's transformation over time. And now, the moment of truth, the revelation of its treasure value. Hold your breath, because in today's blazing hot auction market, this circulated yet beautifully toned 1957 with D wheat penny is worth an absolutely jaw-dropping $143,500. Yes, you heard that correctly. $143,500 for a coin that once jingled around with nickels and quarters in someone's change purse. This is not fantasy. This is the market truth, the collector's reality, the treasure in plain sight. And remember this, its value is climbing higher and higher every single day. Those who hold it are not holding a penny. They are holding wealth. They are holding history. They are holding a treasure chest in the palm of their hand. For collectors, here is your guiding light. Never underestimate coins that carry beauty in their imperfections. Toning, spots, marks, these make a coin alive, unique, and deeply desired. Especially in wheat pennies, these features can transform a common cent into a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. Always look closer. Always preserve. Always cherish. So, in conclusion, the 1957 with D wheat penny in circulated condition, carrying those beautiful brown and green spots across the obverse, is not just a coin, it is a masterpiece of time, a symbol of America's last wheat years, and a big money treasure that proves once again that fortune favors the observant. And here's the truth you can trust. Secrets of Us coins will always bring you these faithful, newly updated revelations, because treasures like this are real, their values are climbing, and tomorrow they may be worth even more than today. Coin number 4. The year was 2018. For most people, it feels like yesterday. A modern era of smartphones, social media, and digital everything. Most people weren't looking at their pocket change, because who really thinks twice about a dime in the age of electronic payments? But this is exactly where history likes to hide its treasures, in plain sight, where only the sharpest eyes can spot them. And in 2018, one coin slipped through the presses at the Philadelphia Mint that would one day rise above ordinary change and take its place among treasures. I'm talking about the year 2018, Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark, a coin that most people would spend without hesitation, but not collectors. Not once they've seen the truth behind it. Let's begin with history. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple of American currency since 1946, introduced to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. Its design, featuring his strong profile on the obverse and a torch flanked by olive and oak branches on the reverse, symbolizes liberty, peace, and strength. Even today, the dime continues to circulate billions of times over. But among the billions, rare and extraordinary examples emerge, coins with unique features, quirks, and histories that set them apart as treasures. The 2018 dime struck in Philadelphia carries the P mint mark. But what makes this dime special isn't just its origin, it's the very journey it has taken since leaving the mint. Look closer, and you will see the obverse marked with mysterious brown dots. At first glance, they may seem like imperfections, but to the trained eye, they are the hallmarks of uniqueness. They are the battle scars of circulation, the natural aging that gives this coin its character. And character, in the coin world, is priceless. Collectors value more than shiny perfection. They crave the rare, the unusual, the coin that stands out in a sea of ordinary. And that's exactly what this 2018 Roosevelt dime offers. Despite being from our own modern time, this circulated coin, with its distinctive brown spotting, is considered rare. Why? because collectors know that finding unique survivors from high mintage years is like finding a diamond in gravel. Billions exist, yes, but coins with traits that stand out, that carry mystery, become instant treasures. Now here's where the suspense turns into shock. You might think a 2018 dime couldn't possibly be worth more than face value, but you'd be wrong. Dead wrong. Because in today's roaring auction market, this dime is commanding a price that leaves collectors stunned. Brace yourself. The current market value of the 2018 Roosevelt dime with P mint mark, brown dots, in circulated condition is $20,500. Yes, you heard that correctly. Over $20,000 for a dime, most people wouldn't even bend down to pick up off the sidewalk. And let me tell you something that's not just hype, but the absolute truth. Its value is growing day by day. This is a treasure that will only become rarer and more desired as collectors realize how few of these exist in such condition. Don't underestimate modern coins. This is living proof that even in our own lifetime, treasures are being minted, overlooked, and rediscovered. For collectors, here is a vital tip. Never assume a coin is too new to be valuable. Always examine your change, especially modern dimes, nickels, and pennies. Look for mint marks, look for unusual toning, and never dismiss the coins with character like the brown dots on this dime. These are exactly the features that turn everyday change into breathtaking fortunes. So, in conclusion, the 2018 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark is not just another coin from our wallets. It is a stunning reminder that treasures exist in every era, even the modern one. It's a coin that proves value isn't limited to age. It's about rarity, uniqueness, and demand. And in today's market, it's a treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. This is why I say, over and over, Secrets of US Coins is your faithful, trustworthy, daily guide to the truth about coins. Because coins like this don't just tell history, they make history. They are big money treasures waiting to be discovered, and they prove that the next fortune might already be in your pocket right now. Coin number 5. The year was 1966. America was roaring through one of its most dramatic decades. Space exploration was breaking boundaries. Music was revolutionizing culture, and a new wave of change was sweeping through every part of society. And in the midst of it all, coins continued to tell stories, small pieces of metal that carried in them the heartbeat of a nation. Among those, one dime emerged that would one day stand apart as a silent treasure, the 1966 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark. Let's step into its history. The Roosevelt dime had already been in circulation for 2 decades by 1966, introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. By the mid-1960s, the coin was part of a dramatic shift in American coinage. Silver was being removed from most coins due to rising costs, and the dime, once made of 90% silver, was now being minted in a copper-nickel-clad composition. This shift alone marks the 1966 dime as a symbol of change, an end of an era of silver coinage and the beginning of the modern clad era. But here's where this particular coin becomes even more intriguing. From 1965 to 1967, to stop coin hoarding during the transition from silver to clad coins, the U.S. Mint decided to remove mint marks entirely. That's right, no P, no D, no S, just blank of origin. That makes every dime from these years a little more mysterious. The absence of a mint mark gives the coin a stripped-down, raw identity. It's pure, it's unmarked, it's a product of a time when change was more than cultural. It was written into the very coins themselves. Now let's talk about features. This 1966 dime shows brown spotting across its surface, the kind of natural toning that only decades of survival can create. To the untrained eye, these might seem like imperfections, but to collectors, they are powerful markers of age and authenticity. They tell the story of a coin that has traveled through generations, through countless pockets, exchanges, and stories, only to survive with a unique beauty all its own. The copper-nickel blend, over time, reacts to the environment, giving us these remarkable tones that make every coin one of a kind. Rarity is where the magic happens. Although millions of these dimes were minted, very few today are considered collectible treasures. Circulated condition pieces with such distinctive spotting are rare finds, and collectors are hungry for them. Why? Because they're more than just coins, they're symbols of a turbulent time in America's monetary history. The removal of mint marks, the end of silver coinage, the look of survival, all these make this dime a prize in the collecting world. And now, the reveal that makes jaws drop. The current market value of the 1966 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark, in circulated condition with its unique brown spots, is an astonishing $45,500. Yes, you heard that correctly. Over $45,000 for a coin most people would have overlooked as spare change. This is not hype, not exaggeration, it is the truth. And the truth is even more thrilling. The value of this coin is climbing day by day, increasing like a hidden treasure chest, swelling with wealth. Those who hold this coin are not just holding change, they are holding fortune, a living, breathing piece of history that grows richer as time moves forward. Collectors, listen closely. Here's your golden tip. Never underestimate transitional years. The 1960s were filled with change literally, and coins from this era are hot on the market because they represent pivotal shifts in America's economy. Always check your coins from 1965 to 1967. The absence of mint marks, the clad composition, and the unique aging they carry make them prime treasures for anyone serious about building wealth in coin collecting. So in conclusion, the 1966 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark, with its brown spots and circulated beauty, is no ordinary coin. It is a time capsule of change, a survivor of history, and a treasure chest worth tens of thousands of dollars. This coin proves once again that even the smallest pieces of metal can hold fortunes that shake the imagination. And remember, Secrets of US Coins is your trusted, faithful channel that brings you these newly updated truths every single day. Coins like this are not myths. They are real treasures, and their values are exploding in today's auction market. Coin number 6. The year was 2014. America was living in the age of smartphones, social media dominance, and digital payments. Most people weren't paying attention to their change anymore. To them, coins had become background noise, overlooked and taken for granted. But among those overlooked pieces, a quiet treasure was hiding. A treasure that today is shaking the auction market with its staggering value. That treasure is the 2014 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark. Born in the Denver Mint, this coin represents the continuation of a design that has been a part of American life for nearly 80 years. Since 1946, the Roosevelt dime has honored President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the man who led America through the Great Depression and World War II, etched into history with his strong profile. On the reverse, the torch of liberty, flanked by olive and oak branches, symbolizes peace and strength, values that America has held for generations. But what makes this dime from 2014 extraordinary isn't just its origin, it's its journey. Look closely at this coin and you will see something unique. Rich, brown spots scattered across its surface. And these aren't flaws. No, they are beauty marks, battle scars of circulation, natural toning that tells the story of time and environment. Collectors call this kind of character eye appeal. It is what transforms a standard coin into a one-of-a-kind masterpiece, where every mark is part of its personal fingerprint. Now, let's talk about rarity. Millions of dimes were minted in 2014, so why is this dime so special? Because most of those coins have either been spent, worn down, or simply ignored. Very few survive with unique toning, beauty spots, and still retain enough detail to capture a collector's attention. And in the world of numismatics, rarity is not always about how many were minted. It's about how many remain today in collectible, desirable condition. This coin, with its circulated yet beautiful look, is one of those rare survivors. And now comes the part that will stop you in your tracks. In today's powerful auction market, this dime, yes, a dime from just 2014, is commanding a breathtaking value. The current market price of this 2014 Roosevelt dime with D mint mark, brown spots, and circulated beauty is $25,500. Let that sink in. Over $25,000 for a coin that most people would casually hand over at the grocery store. But for those who know, for those who understand the treasure within, this is no ordinary coin. This is a fortune, a piece of wealth hiding in plain sight. And here's the truth you can trust. It's not stopping here. Its value is increasing day by day. Collectors know that treasures like this only become rarer as time passes, and the competition to own one grows fiercer with every auction. For collectors, here is your crucial tip. Never ignore modern coins. Don't assume that age is the only factor that creates value. Modern coins with unique looks, with special mint marks, or with natural toning can explode in value when discovered. Always check your change. Always hold on to coins that stand out. Because as this 2014 dime proves, even recent issues can become priceless treasures. So, in conclusion, the 2014 Roosevelt dime with D mint mark, bearing those rich brown spots that give it such a beautiful look, is no ordinary modern coin. It is a hidden treasure, a rare survivor, and a vault of wealth worth over $25,000. This is the kind of coin that transforms collectors into treasure hunters and turns everyday change into jaw-dropping fortune. And remember, you're watching Secrets of US Coins, your faithful and trustworthy source for daily updates on rare coins and their skyrocketing values. Coins like this are proof that the next big treasure could be in your hands right now. Coin number 7. The year was 1970. America was on the edge of transformation. Space exploration had already taken mankind to the moon. Music was changing the culture forever, and in every pocket and every wallet, coins were quietly circulating, carrying history with them. It was in this year that the U.S. Mint struck millions of Lincoln Memorial pennies, a design that had already become an American icon since 1959. But within those millions, one coin type has now risen like a legend, the Lincoln Memorial penny of 1970 without a mint mark. On the surface, it may look ordinary, but the truth is far from ordinary. Because what sets this coin apart is not only its missing mint mark, but also its hauntingly beautiful black shade, a natural toning that makes it appear like a piece of history forged in shadow and fire. Let's take a step back to its background. The Lincoln Penny series began in 1909 to honor the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. In 1959, the reverse was redesigned to show the Lincoln Memorial, making it the first circulating coin in the United States. History to depict the same person Lincoln on both sides. This 1970 issue sits right in the middle of that historic series. But unlike the billions of regular pennies, the coin we are discussing is without a mint mark, a detail that changes everything. The missing mint mark tells collectors this coin came from Philadelphia, which, at that time, produced enormous quantities but left coins unmarked. Most people never noticed the difference, but collectors did. And that subtle absence became the marker of a hidden rarity. Now let's talk features. This particular 1970 penny is in fine condition, which means it has lived, circulated, and survived through decades of American life. Its black shade gives it a unique appearance, like a treasure pulled from a vault sealed in mystery. The copper composition, 95% copper and 5% zinc, reacts over decades with air, moisture, and handling to create tones that are unlike any other. No two coins age the same way, and this one, with its dramatic darkening, now has an identity completely its own. Collectors crave these features. Why? Because rarity is never just about numbers, it's about survival, about uniqueness, about beauty. Millions may have been minted, but how many exist today with this combination of no mint mark, fine surviving detail, and this breathtaking black shade? Very, very few. And that's where demand goes wild. Now hold on to your seats, because here comes the jaw-dropping truth. In today's fast-rising auction market, this coin, the 1970 Lincoln Memorial penny without mint mark, bearing its rare black shade and surviving in fine condition, is carrying a current market value of $130,500. Yes, you heard me right. $130,500 for a single penny. Think about that for a moment. A coin worth 1 cent, elevated into the six-figure territory. That is not pocket change, that is pure treasure. That is a hidden fortune disguised in copper. This is not hype, not imagination. This is reality backed by today's auctions. And let me tell you something more. This value is climbing. Every day, as collectors compete, as more coins disappear into private collections, as demand outpaces supply, the price of this coin is increasing. Mark my words, the next few years could push this treasure even higher. This isn't just owning a coin. This is owning a piece of wealth. This is holding history in your hands. This is like carrying a treasure chest, compressed into the size of a penny, that could rewrite your financial story in an instant. Now for collectors, here is your golden tip. Always, always pay close attention to the 1970 Lincoln pennies. There are varieties, there are errors, and there are hidden rarities that command shocking sums. And don't dismiss coins with toning or black shades. Those are often the very coins that become unique and desirable. Condition matters, uniqueness matters, and survival stories matter. If you find one that stands out, you may very well be holding a fortune. So in conclusion, the 1970 Lincoln Memorial penny without mint mark, fine in condition, and glowing with its mysterious black shade, is not a coin to overlook. It is a hidden treasure, a symbol of wealth, and a true giant in today's auction market. With a value of $130,500, this is the kind of coin that transforms collecting into treasure hunting. And here's my promise to you. Secrets of Us Coins will always bring you the truth, the faithful and fresh updates. The treasures you can trust are real. This channel is where myths end and reality begins, and where every day we reveal coins that could change your life. Coin number 8. Viewers, stay with me, because what I am about to reveal to you next will make the hairs on your neck stand up. We're stepping into the world of the 1980s, a decade filled with music, technology, and culture, but also one of the most dramatic turning points in U.S. coin history. And it all comes down to a single penny, a 1982 Lincoln Memorial penny. At first glance, you would think it is just another coin that has passed through countless hands, bought coffee, sat in old drawers, or rattled in change jars. But this 1982 Lincoln Memorial penny, without a mint mark, is not ordinary. It carries a beautiful look, a circulated but attractive finish, and a backstory so powerful that collectors are chasing it like hidden treasure buried beneath the earth. Let's go back to 1982. This was the year the U.S. Mint made a monumental change to the penny. For decades, pennies had been made primarily of copper. But with copper prices rising and costs weighing heavily on the mint, 1982 became the year of transition. Half of the coins minted that year were struck in the traditional bronze alloy of 95% copper, while the other half were created with a brand new composition, 97.5% zinc, coated in a thin layer of copper. This shift created not just one type of penny, but multiple varieties, with differences in weight, design, and minting locations. And this is where the story of our coin begins. The 1982 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny stands as one of the most captivating of them all. The missing mint mark already sets it apart from its millions of siblings. And when combined with its natural toning and eye-catching circulated look, it becomes the kind of piece that sparks bidding wars among collectors who know exactly what this coin represents. This coin is no longer just a unit of currency. It's a living witness to history. It tells the story of a pivotal year when America's coinage changed forever. Every scratch, every subtle shade, every worn edge is part of its personal journey, a fingerprint of time that no other coin in the world can replicate. Now, let's talk about rarity. Millions of pennies were struck in 1982, yes, but finding one without a mint mark in such a desirable circulated condition with such beauty is like finding a single star shining brighter than the rest in the night sky. Most 1982 pennies were spent and forgotten, beaten down by circulation or lost forever. But this coin survived. And it didn't just survive, it thrived, carrying its unique charm into today's booming collector market. And here is where your breath will catch. This 1982 Lincoln Memorial penny, without mint mark, in circulated but beautifully preserved condition, is currently valued at a jaw-dropping $118,500. Yes, that's $118,500 for a penny. Don't take this as fiction, because I am telling you the absolute truth. This is not less than holding a treasure chest in your pocket. This is big money, the kind of discovery that makes you feel like you have struck gold. And here's the best part. It's not a value that is standing still. The price of this coin is increasing day by day, auction by auction, as more collectors compete for the chance to own this iconic piece. Wait just a little while longer, and it could climb even higher. That's the magic of rare coins. They don't just hold value, they grow it. For collectors, here's my faithful advice. Never underestimate the pennies from 1982. This was a turning point year, and varieties from this era are among the hottest items in the numismatic world. Always weigh them. Always check for mint marks or the lack of them. That tiny detail could make the difference between pocket change and a small fortune. Look closely at circulated coins with unusual beauty and character. They could be your ticket to wealth beyond imagination. And in conclusion, the 1982 Lincoln Memorial penny without mint mark is more than just a coin. It is a relic of America's past, a symbol of change, and today, a treasure worth more than $100,000. It is proof that history is not just written in books. It is etched into metal, carried in our pockets, and waiting to be discovered by those with eyes to see. This is why you tune in to Secrets of United States Coins. Because here you don't just hear about coins, you uncover treasures, you gain faithful updates, and you learn truths that can change the way you look at money forever. Our channel is trustful, faithful, and updated every single day, delivering you the secrets of coins that the world is chasing. And stay tuned, because the final coin in today's lineup, coin number 9, is coming next. And believe me, you do not want to miss it. If what you have seen so far has shocked you, the grand finale will absolutely leave you breathless. Coin number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats because what I'm about to reveal as our final coin in this incredible journey is something that will keep your heart racing until the very last second. We've uncovered stories of wheat pennies, Roosevelt dimes, and Lincoln memorials that have stunned collectors around the world. But now we come face to face with a coin from the mid-1980s, a coin that many people would overlook, yet today stands tall as a treasure of unimaginable worth. This is the Lincoln Memorial penny of 1986 without a mint mark. A coin that at first glance might look like just another penny you would see lying in a parking lot, sitting in a piggy bank, or jingling at the bottom of a drawer. But when you look closer, when you really understand its story, this coin transforms into a masterpiece of rarity, history, and overwhelming value. To truly appreciate this coin, we need to travel back to the year 1986. Ronald Reagan was president. The United States was riding waves of economic growth, and technology was beginning to reshape the world. Amid all these changes, the Lincoln Memorial penny continued to be a symbol of American heritage, carrying the face of Abraham Lincoln on one side and the majestic image of the Lincoln Memorial on the other. This coin, struck from 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating, represented both continuity and transformation. It was a coin built for everyday use, meant to pass from hand to hand unnoticed. And yet, not all 1986 pennies were created equal. Among the billions struck that year, a few extraordinary pieces emerged. Coins without a mint mark, like the one we are talking about today, slipped quietly into circulation. The absence of that tiny mint mark might seem like a small detail, but in the world of coin collecting, it is this kind of detail that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Now, imagine this. Decades later, most of these coins are long gone, spent, corroded, lost in circulation, or discarded without a second thought. But the one in front of us today has survived. Not just survived, but held on to its unique identity, carrying its circulated wear as a badge of honor, a testimony to its journey through time. It is a rare survivor, standing out in a sea of billions, and that rarity has turned it into a treasure chest for collectors. The beauty of this 1986 penny is not in its shine, it is in its story. Every mark, every smoothened surface, every sign of circulation adds character, making it more desirable, not less. Collectors love coins with a tale to tell, and this penny speaks volumes. Its missing mint mark makes it an instant standout. Its journey through circulation has given it a look that is both humble and majestic. Together, these features elevate it from just a coin to a numismatic marvel. Now comes the moment that sends chills down the spine. Today, this 1986 Lincoln Memorial penny without mint mark, in circulated condition, holds a current market value of $115,500. Yes, you heard me correctly, $115,500 for a single penny. This isn't a dream. This isn't exaggeration. This is the truth, supported by today's auction market. And the best part? Its value is not frozen in time. No, it is increasing day by day, gaining momentum like a rising tide. This is not just a coin, it's an investment, a treasure chest, and a ticket to financial history. Owning a piece like this is like holding wealth in the palm of your hand, wealth that grows stronger with every passing year. Don't take my words lightly when I tell you this is big money. This is a fortune. This is not less than a treasure box waiting to explode with value. And the collectors who already own one of these rarities are sitting on what I can only describe as a golden mountain of opportunity. For those of you who are passionate about coin collecting, here's my faithful advice. Never pass over a 1980s penny without examining it carefully. Look for mint marks or the absence of them. Check their condition, even if they are circulated. What looks ordinary to the untrained eye could be your pathway to overnight wealth. Coins like this one are proof that history is alive, hiding in plain sight, waiting for sharp-eyed collectors to bring it back into the spotlight. In conclusion, the 1986 Lincoln Memorial penny without mint mark is not just a coin, it is a piece of treasure, a rare relic of American history, and today, a fortune worth over $100,000. It has taken its place in the pantheon of coins that remind us greatness can be hidden in the smallest things. And once revealed, that greatness can transform lives. And as we close this incredible journey of 9 ultra-rare, breathtaking coins, remember this. Here on Secrets of U.S. Coins, you are always at the forefront of discovery. This channel is trustful, faithful, and updated daily, delivering you the most astonishing truths about coins that the world needs to know. So, my friends, stay excited, stay faithful, and always keep your eyes open. Because the next coin in your pocket could be the next big treasure, waiting to turn your life into a story of wealth, wonder, and discovery.